Hey everybody, Jason Venata here at Venata Fabrication. I've gotten a lot of questions on exactly how I did this bed floor, so I'm just going to go over everything with y'all and explain how I did it. First of all, this is not exactly real. These are not individual boards. There's only 3 pieces of wood in this bed. It's 3/4 inch oak plywood I bought from Lowe's. I put this bar across the back. That way you can't tell it is plywood. Can't see any of the edges. And I went in here and I routed it. So the bed strips lay down in there and it is impossible to tell that they're not individual bed wood strips. There's no way. Now this is a lifting bed floor door. Which the other cool part is you cannot tell. There's also no way to get a hold of it. I made everything flush. So we got a waterproof switch over here. Couple 8-inch linear actuators that you can get off eBay or Amazon. So there you can see, just plywood, all varnished, sanded, sealed. The hinges here, these are hot rod hinges you can get off of eBay, Amazon, multiple places on the internet. These particular hinges have a lot of slop in them. So I will be using the LS Fabrication hinges from now on. I'm a dealer for them. I have their cup holders and their hinges on my website, and they don't have any slop in them. As far as these gas struts, really you're just going to do a lot of math. You got to figure out what the bed floor weighs, and everything's going to go by a ratio. So if we're here in the middle, it's going to feel double the weight. If we're down here about 1/3 from the pivot point, you're going to feel triple the weight. So you just got to do the math, figure out what struts you need. As far as getting the length to work, you can actually move them around in different places until they work for you. I like to do an angle about like this. So at the show, I want the hood to be at the same angle as the bed floor door when it's open, so they look balanced. Then after I did this, I cut all these bolts down, then put on acorn nuts to finish off the bottom. I use gas struts on my customers' vehicles because they're out of state. And if I was to use linear actuators, like my truck, with door popper kit and key fobs and all that, I gotta worry about all that failing with vehicles very far away. Like this particular truck goes to San Diego. I'm in Missouri. If his actuator fails, the brain fails, the key fob fails, very hard to warranty a vehicle that's like well over 1,000 miles away. So I do it this way. This should pretty much last the life of the vehicle. If one of these fails, no big deal. They can swap it out pretty quick, but their bed floor will never be just stuck in a position. Also, the gas struts just work nice. You can see how fast I can open and close the door. I don't have to worry, wait on the linear actuators to go up and down. You can use air actuators as well, which are faster. But if I have any more problem with my linear actuators, I'm swapping mine over to gas struts. Well, that's it. Hope you got some good information out of this. Thanks for watching. Hey, so I forgot to mention why I did it this way, why I used plywood instead of individual boards. I have done it before with individual boards. With individual boards, the first thing you have to do is, when you're doing this is all because of the lifting bed floor door. That's what changes everything. With individual boards, you have to build a steel frame first, get all that working. Then you got to bolt all those individual boards to it. You got to get all these strips to line up, have your 1/4 inch spaces in between. You got to do all the math for that. That's fine. The problem is those boards are never true. And when you bolt them down to the steel frame, it forces the steel frame to change shape to fit all the boards. And you have like 5 boards going across here. That's a lot of pressure. When it pulls that frame to fit the boards, it pulls the frame out of square and just pretty much ruins everything you're trying to do. It's extremely difficult to get all that working and to keep it working. And those boards can shrink and expand and change and just keep causing trouble over and over again. By doing it this way, I just avoided all that. It's a lot easier to build it. You don't have anything to worry about. Once it's square, it stays square, and it's gonna be maintenance free.